7.5.
תן לנו פה דוח קצר מה קורה.
תשמע, סירה מדהימה, הנעת ההפלגה יוצאת מן הכלל.
וואי וואי וואי.
כמה שהיא קלה, היא מורחת את המים כמו חמה, עוד שהיה טיפה גלים ויש רוח נחמדה.
נכון.
תראה, היא מוציאה 7.7 ברוח של 12 קשר, כמעט 8 קשר ברוח של 12 קשר. מדהים! מדהים!
Good morning, Tomo. How are you?
It's a nice morning.
Yeah, it's a beautiful morning on the new Fair 36.
Exactly.
So thank you for having us on board.
Welcome.
Great. We have some cool questions about the new Fair 36 and we will be very happy to have your input. First one.
Yeah.
Could you tell me a little bit about the Fair 36, about the design, the concept, the layout?
Well, the first 46, it's a new generation of the 46, so it's a 7th generation actually. And it's the first boat that comes out with from the cooperation of Seascape and the Bennett team, and it's really the best of the two worlds. So Seascape coming from more performance boats, and of course Bennett that is well known with all the Oceanis line and cruising boat. So what was our plan was that to see whether we can make a best combination of cruising and a racing boat, and like, you know, racing cruiser, and this is what came out. We gathered together a crew of a team working on a design and the technical figures of the boat, with the best names actually from the nautical world that you can get now.
Who was the designer, guys?
The designer guys, so for the deck layout, this was Lorenzo Argetto. You know him from the first 53. He designed the deck layout and also interior, and it's the same here. And a lot of project that he done. Then the marine design, the marine architect is Saman Watt. It's a designer from France, known to one of the best designers actually, working now for IMOCA, working for Open 40s, so coming from the completely racing world. And also then for the structural thing and all the technical calculation, there was also a pure design guys from New Zealand. They're known to work with TPs and with America Cup and all the racing.
That's fancy, American Cup.
Yes, it is. So we really had a crew, you know, coming from the best from each.
That's nice.
Each
segment.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Tomo, give me the 5 best points of the Fair 36.
5 best points. So it's a fast all proposed boat. So it's really, because of the design, you have a big volume. So when we are talking about 46 footer, we are actually talking about having a volume of living of a 40 footer.
She's very spacey inside.
She is very spacey actually. So the volume of the space that you have inside, it's a 3-cabin boat. It's completely the same as with 40.7 first, that was from previous generation. Second is a big cockpit that is very modular, which means that you can adopt the cockpit for racing, and you have really clean, spacious cockpit, or you can adopt it with additional benches that are removable.
Right here, right?
They come right here, exactly.
Nice.
And with this table that we have here,
we can remove the table.
We can remove the table. It's only 6 screws. It's 5-minute job.
That's nice.
And you have it
Smart.
out, so you have that clean racing cockpit. On the other hand, you can have it as a cruising cockpit with accommodating 6 people easily.
Okay.
So then the weight of the boat, which is 4.8 tons.
This is light.
It's very light. It's because how the boat is built. It's a vacuum infused sandwich building, and you don't have any structural wood or whatever like that inside, so all the bulkheads and all the furniture is actually GRP, and it's part of the construction of the boat, so it's giving it the stiffness, and also then has this double purpose.
That feels safe.
Exactly. one of the things that we thought a lot was the whole setup of the cockpit.
Okay.
So starting with the wheels. These wheels are positioned quite high. I mean, higher than usual standard in the boating industry.
Yeah.
Is because we really feel, that being in this position while sailing, especially going like 70, 15 knots or more, gives you more.
You have a good grip.
Better feeling.
Yeah.
And gives you more control.
Okay.
And even especially when the boat is heeled, it's even more.
Okay.
You have these grab rails on the boat,
Which is feel safe.
wheels, which is also helping you when moving. And then what we also what we also achieved with moving the wheels up a little bit is that we got this space here between the wheel and the bench, which means then a helmsman can move on this side.
And you can control the mainsail.
And you either have this position and you're controlling the mainsail, you have a trimmer here, right?
Yeah.
Or even with the short hand that also here, and still have the control of the winch on that position. Gives you enough power.
Yeah,
to do
that's
that,
very smart.
right? And have the control of it.
Yeah.
Going back again here, which is then is
And obviously here we have the mainsail and we have the backstay as well, right?
on this position you have a backstay,
Yeah.
you have a traveler, and you have the mainsail
Yeah.
there. And then if you are sailing short-handed or double-handed, then the position of the trimmer is actually here, where you can control also this, and having the jib. And without stable here, you can cross sheet.
Oh, you can bring the jib sheet from the other side to you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Here, if you are. And the position of this winch is also very thought because on this you have a good position to have all the power.
Yeah.
Or if needed, when sealing or whatever,
You can power it up.
goes like that.
Let's just talk 1 second about the
Yeah.
position of the rudders, because it looks very radical. Usually I would say that the rudders sit somewhere here, and I see on the first 36 you put them
Yeah.
very much in the side, right?
Yeah, that actually comes from the experience from the IMOCA and the boats and the Open 40 boats, where they have a big tradition of racing and sailing in the way that we want also these boats to be sailed. So the position was done in that way, but it's the best combination of giving you the control under any circumstances, under any conditions.
So under high speed you will still have a good grip with the boat.
I mean, boat is amazingly responsible. I mean, it's really responds to every move that you make, and you always have this feeling of being in control of the boat. You never have this, you don't get to that feeling that you're losing the control of the boat. And that helps with twin rudders, because when the boat is heeling, you always have one rudder completely in the water, and usually it's almost in the vertical position, and which means then that you have 100% control actually.
There is a rumor that you build those rudders in-house.
We do, and they are built in the same technology in the same way as for the IMOCA or Open 40.
Respect.
It's really, they are really narrow, so you have just a few millimeters on the edge of the end of the rudder.
So they're very thin.
They're very thin, and they're not causing any drag
Okay.
when sailing.
Nice. So down here we have a beautiful storage.
We have a big storage down here, which is really
Wow.
enormous. So you don't need to store anything in front cabins.
Yeah.
Of course, if you go racing and you need more cells, but for the
Yeah, that's a lot of
cruising
space.
purpose, so all the wet things and everything is here, and you avoid this smell that we usually have.
Yeah, on new boats.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have the beautiful platform in the back.
Exactly. And it is a cruiser also, right?
Yeah, and cruising, that's magic.
So we also put this batting platform,
Which is very big.
which is very big, but still very light, because it's also GRP infused.
Okay.
So it's not adding any weight to the boat actually.
Yeah.
And it's practical with the stairs beside the platform, so it's easy in and out.
Cruising mode. Yeah. Magic.
Going to the water without. So because it's a two-cabin boat, you know, you can use also these cabins as a storage. Here we have full setup for sleeping that can accommodate 2 people easily. Because of the shape of the boat, you know, it's the beds are not going from wide to narrow, but there is
a lot of volume inside.
It is,
right?
Yeah, and then you have this setup, kind of, you know, when
So you can put your downwind sailing here, some
Exactly.
sails for racing.
So
and
you can put everything out,
Yeah.
or just use the half of the bed.
That's
you know,
very smart.
You can accommodate one and have even the paddling board goes inside.
That's very nice. Very nice.
So this central
Central
bridge
island.
island,
Yeah.
which is then, you know, you can always grab to it, and you have 2 big passages.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with the solution like this cutting board,
That's making the biggest kitchen in the segment.
you get almost the biggest kitchen in the segment.
That's a very big kitchen, you know.
And we do a lot of space, exactly. So for the cruising purposes, right?
Yeah. Very nice.
The batteries, the service batteries are stored underneath the fridge.
So in the center of the boat. That's
so
very
yes,
smart.
It's big table in the middle, and the toilet, what we talked about before, with this. So it's you know.
It's a very
not-
smart setup.
I mean, it's still enough space inside.
There's a lot of volume inside.
It is. So you can take the shower almost normally, you know, having the toilet, and this is then the sink. So with this solution, you get a big sink,
Yeah.
which is practical, you know,
Nice.
not a small one, and still, you know, it's not when folded up, it's not
Yeah.
taking any space.
Yeah, that's nice. And a nice owner cabin on the front, obviously, right?
Exactly.
That's very nice.
Also double. I mean, with all the lighting, which is not that visible now because it's a day.
Yeah, I saw there is a lot of hidden lights under the floor,
Yes,
under the seal.
exactly.
right.
And also here.
Okay, nice.
And we also installed the red lighting here. So for the night sailing,
Yeah,
the
That's
whole
definitely
cabin,
help.
the whole cabin is
Getting red.
lighted red. So it's
nice.
not,
I gotta ask you another thing.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that many people that will buy the first 36 will be super happy to go racing with it. But in our region, if it's Israel or Cyprus, wherever you go sailing, you need to cover in cruising mode at least 200 nautical miles. So the cruising, so the ability of this boat in open sea, it's something that it's very important for many sailors.
Yeah.
Definitely in our region. What do you think about this boat in open sea, in cruising, short-handed? How do you think she will react in heavy weather? What do you think about it?
we tested the boat in quite heavy weathers already, and she acted really surprisingly good. It's very stable boat. You always feel in a control with the twin rudders and really good stability of the boat. It's boat just goes. So when we are thinking also what we want to do with the boat was always we had in mind is more sailing for the people, which means that if you have a little bit faster boat, if you have a boat that can plan with 30 knots and go up to 17 knots,
Wow.
you will just then sail more, and distances like you are talking about shouldn't be a problem in that case. So first of all, if you're going sailing, even in cruising mode, because it's really nice and goes without any this adrenaline thinking pumping things, but also especially with the engine, it's also surprisingly quick boat. So with the cruising 2000 RPM, the boat goes around 6.5 knots.
Wow.
You have diesel.
This is a nice cruising speed under engine.
Yes, it is. But with the full throttle, if needed, a boat goes up to 8.5, which is also quite amazing for the 46-footer, and especially because we are talking about 28 horsepower engine.
Yeah.
And so the consumption is small. You have 200 liters of diesel, which no, actually It's less, but you cover 200 miles with one.
With one tank.
One tank.
That's nice.
Exactly.
Tomo, I saw something very unique, which I didn't saw in the photos, but when you come the boat live, you just cannot miss it. So there is the line of the deck layout, and on the stern it's go a little bit further down.
Yeah.
That's something that you cannot see in the photos, and as soon as you see the boat, I mean, that looks impressive.
Yeah, I mean, the fact is that the boat needs to be seen in life. It's hard to put, everything that boats offers into the pictures and then show the pictures, and they are never, telling the whole truth. We know that.
Yeah.
They can be photoshopped actually. So, no, the boat needs to be sailed. That's the first thing. And then when sailed, then you start to cherish all the effort that was put into the boat.